Hey gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. Today I'm talking about some more spring fragrances. These fragrances are fruity, juicy, sweet, refreshing, crisp, summer elevated, and summer playful, but all are absolutely stunning. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Hey friend, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me for another video. If you're new here on this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey, I sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle, and in every single video I share some encouragement. So if any of those things pique your interest, I would love to have you here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. The first fragrance I wanted to talk about today is Guerlain's Aqua Allegoria Floral Bloom Forte. I picked this one up last year and it is such a gorgeous springtime fragrance, and the draw for me was the fruits in this perfume. This fragrance is powdery, it's fruity, it has a tropical fruit in it. It's also very sweet and juicy, so it has a fresh feel. And then I think another prominent accord in this fragrance is a musky accord. It's really musky. So this fragrance feels very fresh but also very light, and then equally fruity and juicy. The mango in this fragrance is very beautiful. Even though it is short-lived, I do really enjoy it in the opening of this perfume. This perfume also has a gorgeous almond at the top and then an orange note. It's like a burst of juicy freshness with a hint of the almond. The almond is not very prominent to my nose. And then at the mid, you have gorgeous florals, of which the purple florals are the standout florals in this fragrance. And then at the base, you have a coconut, a sandalwood, musk, and moss. So this fragrance definitely has a tropical feel. So I think the coconut contributes to the tropical feel of this fragrance. And that sandalwood is not your thick and creamy sandalwood. It's done very subtly. It's a different kind of sandalwood. So for me, what I love about this fragrance is that gorgeous burst of mango. The mango is so beautiful, and then immediately after that, those florals start coming in. And I find the purple florals in this fragrance very soft and very powdery, so it's like a touch, a kiss of florals. And then even more sweetness starts coming in with that coconut. So this is so refreshing and juicy. It feels feminine, it feels light, it feels bright, it feels soft, it feels uplifting. It's just so beautiful. And whenever I have this on, it just gives me that really crisp, clean, fresh feel with some tropical fruits thrown in there with that mango and the coconut. And I love the way the tuberose and the rose is done in this fragrance. They're not standout notes, they're more supportive floral notes, so that this fragrance definitely still feels beautifully floral as well. So this one is a gorgeous springtime scent. It screams spring, but it also has a little hint of summer in there, and this is definitely something I would wear in the summertime because it feels very refreshing, very rejuvenating, very bright. It has a tiny bit of an aquatic feel, so I would definitely bring this out in the summertime, but it has a hint of summer with that mango and that coconut note. So the mango is what drew me to this fragrance, and I'm glad it did because this is one of my favorite springtime scents. This is Guerlain's Aqua Allegoria Floral Bloom Forte. Speaking of fragrances that feel very refreshing, that have a subtly aquatic feel to them, this next one does the exact same thing. This is Ethereal by Lattafa. This was another addition to my collection last year, and I'm super excited to bring it back out because we're in a spring mood and this fragrance is giving nothing but springtime, so we had to bring her back out. So Ethereal is fruity and also fresh. It has an aquatic feel and it's also very sweet, but unlike the previous fragrance, this one is not musky. I wouldn't consider this a musky fragrance. The notes at the top feel very water-like and very juicy. Then we have orchid and jasmine at the mid, and then at the base we have a gorgeous vanilla and amberwood mix. This one has been likened to Gucci's Flora Gorgeous Orchid fragrance, and so if you want to get an idea of how this one smells, I would say go get your nose on that one. But in my opinion, this one feels a little bit more aquatic, more juicy versus the ozonic fragrance that Gucci's Flora Gorgeous Orchid gives. I feel like that one feels ozonic, feels a little salty, it feels much less water-like and juicy and aquatic than this fragrance. But if you want to get an idea of how this one smells, I would say check that one out. But this one is so good and perfect for springtime, and I would even wear this in the summertime as well. because it's just so aquatic. It's perfect for the changing of seasons when it starts to get a little bit warm. This one, just like the previous one, also feels very feminine and just very, very pretty. It's a pretty kind of fragrance. I know a lot of people said that they didn't like this one at first, but it snuck up on them, and I do think this is one of those fragrances that will sneak up on you. However, for me, it was a love at first sniff. I'm so happy with this fragrance, and that's probably because of the mix of like that cantaloupe or honeydew melon. So the juiciness of those fruits and just how watery those fruits are, that's what I get in this fragrance, mixed with a gorgeous vanilla. It is so beautiful. This is A Theory by Lattafa. So next, I do have one more fragrance, but before I talk about that fragrance, I have an honorable mention in this video. I recently picked up Killian's re-release Forbidden Games, and when I tell you I'm in love, I absolutely love this fragrance. It is the perfect fruity springtime scent. It's gorgeous. So this fragrance has fruity accords, fresh floral accords. It has a gorgeous vanilla, and one of the selling points for me, honey. And I must say, the way they do honey in this fragrance is perfection. It does not get animalic. Instead, it's almost like a basket of fresh, ripe fruits sitting in a bowl surrounded by some flowers. That's what I get from this fragrance. All I know is that this fragrance smells absolutely fantastic. It is so pretty. Once again, this is Forbidden Games by Killian. And last but not least, I have a fragrance for those of you who love unisex smelling scents. I know I talk a lot about feminine leaning fragrances on this channel, but I do appreciate a beautifully done, true unisex scent that anyone can enjoy, from the most feminine leaning scent lovers to the most masculine leaning scent lovers and everyone in between. And I feel like this fragrance strikes a really good balance. This is Guerlain's Nafas Maghreb. So once again, Maghreb is perfectly fruity and perfect for spring. It also has a fresh and aldehydic feel. It feels very airy, very open, very ozonic, and it's also a touch musky to my nose. So you have some citruses at the top, tropical fruits at the mid, and then you have some aldehyde, some ozonic notes, and some musk at the base, and the combination of those things makes this fragrance feel very light and airy, and it's the kind of fragrance that you may go nose blind to because of that. This fragrance smells so expensive and so niche. It is so impressive. I think this is one of those scents that is perfectly unisex, straight up and down the middle. Anyone can wear this and enjoy it, and you're going to smell like $1,000,000 this spring and summer. This can be transitioned very easily into the summer because of all of those aldehydic and ozonic accords and just how light and musky this feels. It's going to keep you smelling fresh, and it's also going to have you feeling absolutely amazing. This smells like $1,000,000, y'all. So I had to include this, especially for those of you who may enjoy unisex scents, or for any of my male viewers who may be looking for some nice fruity fragrances that can be worn this spring and summer. This I would highly recommend. Not to mention the performance on this one is very nice as well. It is really long lasting. While it doesn't give you this extreme projection, mostly because of how aldehydic and ozonic it is, it definitely lasts for an extremely long time on fabric, on clothes, as well as on your skin. It is absolutely stunning. This is Nafas Maghreb by Guerlain. If you're still here, I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for your support and for just watching all the way to the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful at all, don't forget to give it a like on your way out. And if you're here and you love fragrance, I make lots of fragrance content, and I'd love to have you join the family. So don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you never miss another upload. Today, while I was out and about, I went into a store and I was talking to someone that works at the store, and we always chat a little bit every time I walk in, and we were talking about how this store employee was pivoting. And during the conversation, I was reflecting on just how short life is and how important it is to walk in your calling, to do the things that you feel prompted to do, you feel led to do. I know a lot of us have to pay the bills. That's one of the things we were talking about. But equally important is feeling fulfilled in your life, doing the things that you feel called to do. And so sometimes we have to pivot. And in order to pivot, we have to first figure out where do we start? What do we want to do? And so I just want to encourage you, if you're in that in-between phase where you're kind of going through the motions and you're not really excited about what you're doing, you know you feel called to do something else, I would encourage you to sit down, write down your dreams, write down your goals, and then pray over your goals and your dreams, and ask God to help you find the next steps, because life is short. Before we can actually pivot though, we have to envision ourselves where we want to be. We have to write down our goals and our plans. We have to have a direction. And then sprinkled on top of that, we have to have faith. And that's where God comes in. That's where praying comes in. So I just want to encourage you that if you're feeling that way today, you're not alone. I was just talking to someone who feels the exact same way. And trust me, we are all pretty much in the same boat trying to figure this thing called life out. And sometimes we may just have to pivot. But before we can pivot, we first need a vision, a plan, a goal, and then we need a little bit of faith, and then we need a little bit of courage. If that's you today, if you're currently in an in-between phase, or you've kind of had this realization that you should probably be doing something else, comment down below and let us know. Let us know that we are not alone. Recently, I had that epiphany where I just felt like I was being called to do some other things, and so I wrote a devotional called Align and Reign, and it's a 30-day devotional that's meant to encourage the woman that is on the go but wants to nurture, maintain, and feed her relationship with God. If that is you and you're interested, it's available now on Amazon. That link will be down below in the description box, so check it out and let me know what you think. I hope that it blesses you on your journey to live your fullest potential. That's part of the content in my devotional. Part of the content is just being in tune with ourselves, or discovering what that looks like in order to find what we are supposed to be doing on this earth, because we're all so unique and so beautiful, and we all have a purpose and a calling on our lives. It's gonna look different depending on who you are, but the first step is discovering what that is. And so check out my devotional Align and Reign. And saying all of those things, of course, I will be over here doing the exact same thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.